I really realized recently that it was a way that I was really giving away my power. And I truly started to understand how I was disrespecting myself, even in little day to day things. Because when you're in the mindset of, I'm going to, care about what this person is going to think of me, or I am wanting to perform for someone else, or I want to, are they going to like my story? Are they going to swipe up? Are they going to see it? It's almost like I'm giving a little piece of my power to that person because I'm putting my worth into their hands. I'm putting my value into their hands, and I'm seeing if they're gonna like me. And it's almost like I'm determining my value from their eyes and from the way that they treat me, which is not true. Like, my value comes from who I am, and I am enough as I am. And I now know my worth, and I'm working on knowing my worth. But it took me a while to know my worth, right? And it really took me to sort of form that relationship with myself to learn my worth and to learn who I was. And so that was just a process. And I feel like I'm still going through that, and I'm still working through that, and I'm still discovering my authenticity, which has been a whole other journey in itself. I just made a video last week, or I posted it today, but it was about, finding your authenticity when it comes to your creativity and things like that. And so that's also been something that I've been learning as well. But as I've been more creative, I've been starting to step into more of this like feminine flow energy a lot easier, and just being able to go with the flow and letting myself just be, and not stopping myself all the time, and not controlling everything that I do. And that's been really helpful, because once I let go of that control, once I let go of those reins to just do what actually makes me feel good, that even comes to like my gym habits and the things that I'm eating and like whatever. It was like really prioritizing what made me feel good and what made me feel nice. And that's been allowing me to sort of explore my authenticity more. But as I explore my authenticity at the same time, it's almost like I have to break so many molds that I had around myself that I created for societal expectations and for societal norms. And, that came down to also like just being such a people pleaser and dimming my light to fit in somewhere, or like this could even be as simple as like I was driving my car the other day and I was singing and I was happy, but I was alone and my music was blasting, and I was driving and I started passing all these cars that were stopped, and I was like, oh my gosh, like what are they thinking about me? Like they're all looking at me, like whatever, maybe I should stop. And then I was like, why would I stop? Why would I stop singing in the car just because of what these people are going to think of me? Like just because of what they're seeing of me? Like, why would I dim my light for those people? And it was almost like I was about to give my power away to those people. I was about to dim my light for those people. And I feel like this relates to a lot of different situations, even altering myself to fit a guy's standards, or altering myself so I could get a text back, or this person is gonna like me and ask for my Instagram, or trying to look a certain way, or whatever it is, whatever confinements I was trying to fit, whatever, whoever I was trying to fit, basically. Like I remember I could almost sort of like change myself to fit in with other people pretty easily, which was great. I got to meet a lot of people, and I'm I can be very outgoing, but at the same time, I was just losing myself in other people, and I was also disrespecting myself because I was basically, through doing that, telling myself that I wasn't enough as I was, and I need their approval to fix that. I need their approval to, allow myself to believe that I'm valuable, when that's not true. And my value doesn't lie in their hands. My worthiness doesn't lie in their hands. And so it was really a process of coming back to myself and being like, wait, I need to take my power back, and I'm giving my power away to people that don't deserve it, And like, of course I have love for everyone, and I love the people that are in my life. I love the people that have been in my life. But at the same time, my love for myself has to be stronger. And my love for myself, my respect for myself has to be stronger. And if I'm around people that are disrespecting are disrespecting me, or they're not like, treating me in the way that I deserve to be treated, that's fine. But I cannot take that to heart, and I need to walk away. I need to set up boundaries and standards. I can't be just giving them my time anyways because I need that validation from them. That love, it comes from within. And that was sort of the moment that I realized, like, okay, I need to show myself love, and I need to show every single part of myself love, and I need to show compassion for myself, and I need to show up for myself. And I will tell you what, being alone is, I'm at the point now where I'm alone a lot because I love it and I don't ever feel lonely. And it took me a while to get here, but now that I'm here and I'm like, I'm alone, but I don't feel lonely, it's like, I don't feel lonely because I'm like genuinely hanging out with myself. I feel like I'm genuinely like exploring myself and building this relationship with myself and learning how to truly value every single side of me and every single part of me. Because every single day when I wake up, I'm not the same person. I change it's not like I'm changing every day, but it's like, some days I don't feel like doing this. Other days I might want to do that. Or some days like my inner child needs more attention than the not workaholic, but my work self. So it's like every day I sort of have to figure out like, okay, like what parts of me, do I want to be creative today? Do I want to, be, getting done? Do I, and it's such a privilege to be able to have that freedom to choose and to have the freedom to like give back to yourself and give yourself the things that you need, because a lot of people can't. And a lot of people are in situations where they don't have a voice, especially a lot of women. And for a while, women did it in general, but we're at this place now. And I feel like that's why it's also so ingrained in society that, especially in women, we aren't used to choosing ourselves. Historically, we've had to rely on men, but now we're at the point where we don't have to rely on men anymore. We don't have to rely on being chosen in order to be valuable. We don't have to rely on other people in order to determine our worth. And so it's almost like a practice of coming back to ourselves and being like, wait, I can choose me. I can choose me. I don't have to be in a relationship. I don't have to marry this person, because that's not where my value lies and that's not where my worth lies. And it's like, understanding that there is so much power in being authentic. There is so much power in being yourself. There is so much power in breaking through societal norms and other people's judgments and other people's molds and just being yourself. Just being yourself unapologetically without giving an F about what anyone is going to think or what anyone is going to say. Because if you care about what they think or what they're going to say, you're just going to dim your own light. And you're just gonna be telling yourself that you're not enough. Because every small action that you do, in every little instance that you're giving away your power, that you're overthinking this text, that you're like hoping that he looks at your story, that you're checking to see if he saw it, that is giving away your power to someone that usually doesn't deserve it. And if they don't wanna love you, honey, that's on them. Let them, let them walk away. But you have to be okay with that, because you're gonna choose yourself. You're gonna come back to yourself. If they don't choose you, you are fine. You are actually happier that the universe is weeding them out. You are happier that they are going their own way because they don't see your value, and that's okay. You might not fully see theirs. And that's another thing as well. It's like, if you are looking to other people to see your value and to just, walk into your life and give you the validation that you need, you don't always know who that person is. You might have an idea, but you're gonna look through a lot of flags because you just need that validation and you just need them to like you. And so it's like, that's where the boundaries and the standards fall. And so this process also comes with like being aware of who's around you and how you're being treated in every small instance, right? Don't let it build over time, because again, the way that you are, if they're disrespecting you and you're continuing to stay, you're just proving to yourself your value. Like, how much do you value yourself? It's through every small instance. It piles up. And like, for example, I had a relationship where, a lot of love for him. But it was like, I was not choosing myself. I was just choosing the validation. I was just choosing the fact that like, I thought I need someone in my life. I thought I needed this, love to show me my worth. No, I literally lost myself. I literally lost myself in this relationship. And I remember coming out of that relationship not knowing myself at all, not knowing who I was. Because when I lost him, it felt like I lost my entire world. A relationship is not your entire world. A friendship is not your entire world. That is a part of your world. Your world is inner. Your world is inside. Your world is your home. You have to learn how to come back to that home. You have to build that home within yourself. It's like this relationship that you build. And yeah, it's literally like, you have to put time into it, right? I think growing up, it's so normal to like grow up around other people, and you're constantly like with friends or in relationships or whatever it is. And then you sort of get to this point, well, this is I'm talking about myself, but maybe someone can relate. But you get to this point where you're like, okay, but how do I spend time alone? How do I spend time with myself, right? And it takes time. But once you can start to do that, you start to realize more and more about yourself that you would probably not have been able to realize if you were around people all the time. You start to discover sides to yourself. You start to discover what you love. You start to see how beautiful you are as a human. Not because you reach this standard, not because you fit this mold, not because everyone likes you, because you are you and you are human and you are unique. And that is where your value lies. That's what you have to come back to. That's where you have to determine your worth. And once you can see your worth, once you know your worth, other people, the right people, will see that too. And those people, if they love to be around you and you love to be around them, that's great. But you don't have to, deplete your cup to be around them. They don't have to deplete their cup to be around you. Like, you guys love who you are and you love each other, and that's great, right? You can tell the people that love themselves. You can tell the people that give from overflow, who aren't giving from depletion, trying to get people back to fill their own cup. No, you have to learn how to fill your own cup. I'm sorry if I'm speaking like a little bit like, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm yelling at you, but like, I genuinely did this for so long and I'm still mad about it. I'm still mad about it. I show compassion for her, love her, but I still have some anger here, so that's why I'm sort of getting it out a little bit. But it's like, you have to respect yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to come back to yourself. It's so important. It's so important to build that home within yourself and to not give your energy and give your power away to people that don't deserve it. And okay, for example, for me, I am a lover girl. I am a freaking lover girl. I am a hopeless romantic. I love envisioning my future. I love envisioning my life with people. But even in that, I would catch myself, one of my best friends and I, we were laughing because she's gonna watch this. I won't say her name, but she was texting me and she was like, I literally met this guy at a coffee shop and tell me why. I started thinking about our wedding that same day, and I was like, girl, no, because I get it. I'm a hopeless romantic too. But it's even that, okay, I'll let myself dream, I'll let myself envision these things. But also I'm hey girl, but we gotta be mindful about who we're imagining this with. We have to be mindful who we're giving away, even our mental energy to. If I have someone that comes into my life and I'm thinking about them all the time, it's I also have to be aware of that, of okay, but I need to think about myself. I do need to think about me. And that's not being selfish. That's just having love for myself. My world isn't centered around this person, and it can't be, right? And I think I was used to doing that for so long, but now it's I have to learn how to okay, let's center my world around me. Think about me. What do I need to do? What do I want to do? What do I have coming up? What do I value? And things like that. And so I think that that's so important. And I saw this TikTok the other day of this guy being he was once I started to choose myself, people started to choose me. And I thought that was really interesting, and it really got me thinking, because when I think about, for instance, confidence and beauty, it's when you know that you are beautiful, when you know your worth, you know your value, and you know you look good no matter what, that is so attractive. Having that energy is so attractive, and people, it's you're not fake. I mean, fake it till you make it, right? That's manifesting. But you genuinely know who you are. That is so attractive. And me being a marketing major, I think about this, when someone walks into a room and they genuinely have this aura about them, they're so magnetic, they know their worth, they know who they are, people are drawn to that because it's they want that. If I saw someone, walk into a room and they're just owning their power, it's that, I love that, because you know who you are. I want it, I want that. I want you. I don't know if I want you or if I want to be you, right? It's that. I don't know. But it's you're marketing to me what it's like to be you. And so it's when I, for instance, okay, so yeah, then full circle, back to that TikTok. When I saw that TikTok, I was that reminds me of that scenario, because it's when you know your worth, people also see your worth. When you respect yourself, people will respect you. When you put up those boundaries, when you put up those standards for yourself, the people that are gonna disrespect you are gonna fall off easily. The universe is gonna weed them out. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel who is not meant for you. And You know, for me, I low-key was like mad at myself for giving my time away to these people for so long and not knowing my worth. But you have to show yourself compassion for that, because you didn't know any better. You didn't know any better, and they're just gonna piss you off. And they did nothing wrong, okay? Like, I hate to say it, but this does come back to yourself. You have to show up for yourself. You have to show yourself compassion for that. But it's like, those people are gonna fall off quickly, because once you set those boundaries for yourself, once these people can see that they can't walk all over you anymore, that they can't talk to you however they want, they can't treat you however they want and expect you to stay, because that's just giving them power. That's giving them power, because you might put them on a pedestal in your head, right? You might think that you're like below them or something, like you need them to choose you. You don't, right? They're the same as you. They're the same as you. They're just taking your power. They're just, you know, if they're walking all over you, if they're disrespecting you, if they know you, sorry, if they know that they have you like sort of under their arm, or like, I don't want to say on a leash, because that's like so like, that's a bit much, but like, you know what I mean? Like, if they know that they have you, that is just, that makes them feel very powerful. And, you know, so be it. But you got to take that power back, and you got to be like, you know what? I know who I am. You are not going to treat me like that. I know what you're doing. And watch, the minute you do that, they will treat you different. They will move different with you. I promise. But you have to stay true to that. You have to stay true to yourself, and you have to stay true to what you're worth. Like, you have to stay true to your worth, and you have to stay true to your value and what you know that you deserve, okay? Period. Literally, period. And also, like, once I started to discover myself more and more, new sides to myself, who I am, I really did not lose, but a lot of people in my inner circle sort of disappeared. And I still love them. I still have so much love for them. For a while though, it was lonely, and I didn't know why. And I was like, why am I so alone? Like, I don't get it. And I've been solo traveling for a bit, so I've sort of gotten used to it. As time went on though, I got to really love it a lot. Like, I love being alone. I spend most of my time alone now. But when I was sort of going through this process, it sort of felt like I was lost. It sort of felt like I didn't know who I was, and I didn't know how to be. I didn't know how to be. It was almost like this whole other version of myself that I had to shed off. I had to shed off the version of me that was always people pleasing and conforming to molds and doing things that didn't align with me. And it was almost like I had to let her go, and I didn't know who I was anymore. But it was like trial and error. Once I started doing things with myself, going out and about, sitting with myself, journaling, I started to realize more and more about myself. I started to notice the things that I was truly good at, and the things that I loved doing, and the things that I found interesting. And that was when I sort of started to notice, like, okay, I'm starting to understand more and more about who I am. I'm starting to build a relationship between all these different parts of myself. And that is so valuable. And I see how beautiful that is. And once I could start seeing that beauty and seeing me as a person, again, not as a beauty standard, not as this certain body size or this, you know, whatever, me as a person, me as a unique human being, where I don't know anyone else that's like me. That's when I started to see how beautiful I actually am. And I started to actually see myself, and I started to actually value myself. And so that was so important. It was so important. So show up for yourself in that sense. Show up for yourself in that sense, and be there for yourself. And if it's lonely for a little bit, that's okay, because you're building that relationship with yourself. How are you going to build that relationship with yourself if you're around other people all the time being disrespected? Like, you can't, right? Take that time to be with yourself, to honor who you are, and to know your value. Stop waiting to be chosen by people that are just going to disrespect you, because your value does not lie in their hands. Stop putting your value in their hands. Stop putting your worth in their hands, because that's not where it lies. Your value doesn't lie in anywhere else besides who you are, besides in the belief that you are enough as you are, because you are, in your uniqueness, in your fullness. That is what's beautiful for you. Like, everything that you are, everything that God made you to be, that's where your value lies, okay? So just remember that. Just remember that. Show yourself love, show yourself compassion, but choose yourself. Choose yourself. And, you know, for me as well, like, I still have remnants of this that pops up in my head. And I just have to let those thoughts go. Like, I just have to let them scurry off and be like, I'm coming back to myself, because it's also training that subconscious to be like, honey, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, if I'm walking into the gym and I'm thinking about what they're thinking about me, let it go. Like, just let the thought float away, because I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I care about what I'm doing. I care about how I look. I'm at the gym for me, not for them, not for what they're seeing of me. And I'm gonna wear what I want for me, not for them, not for what they're seeing of me, you know? And so it's like, it's just in those little things. But, you know, even on a day-to-day basis, like when I'm walking down the street and I see someone looking at me, honey, who cares? Who cares what they think? Just keep walking. Like, or if I'm posting on Instagram, I'm like designing my Instagram story and I'm like, hey, this is for me. Do I like it? That's all that matters. I don't care about what they think. But it's like retraining myself to get used to that. Because again, it's a practice of choosing yourself. It's the art of choosing yourself. It's like a creative act of always choosing yourself in every single small situation and every single small thing that you do. And that's going to prove to yourself over time that you are there for yourself, that you are going to choose yourself no matter what. Period. Okay? So, you are enough as you are. You do not need a man to validate you. You do not need this to validate you. You don't need this to show yourself that you're worthy. And you know what? Starve yourself of that validation. Like, I know girls, like I know women in my life who have deleted social media because they know, they recognize that they were relying on external male validation on their Instagram stories. Shout out to them, they know who they are. But they had to delete social media. They just had to starve themselves of the validation and learn how to give it to themselves before they could, you know, re-download it. So, yeah, just starve it for a bit. Starve it for a bit. Don't pay it any mind. Let those thoughts go, okay? Let those thoughts go. Okay. So, yeah, I'm sick of yapping now, but thank you guys so much for coming back to another episode of Somehow. I really hope that this helped and maybe you took something from this video. My name is Lauren. So, yeah, if you're here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. And yeah, I love you guys. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great morning, evening, night, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye.